best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts. What it is. Podcast. Yo, what it is. With the best podcast in Long Beach, California. Woo! We're back at it again. Look. Long Beach. We're at the beach.
We're literally at the beach. It's very long. We can see all the way to the end. It is long. That's why they call it Long Beach, I guess.
Who does this?
We're kicking it.
Nobody.
except Drake and Josh at the end of their theme song at the beginning.
But that was a fake studio. This is
true.
This is the real life studio,
This
man.
ain't no green screen. We can go walk in that water right now with those Mexicans.
Hey, did you know that some people are trying to fucking jock this format now?
Really? The old podcast on the beach?
You know that guy that does the podcast on the beach? I'm gonna fucking do my podcast in a location too. Fuck you. Who started it first? Me. You just fucking copycats, man.
You sound like the guy that had sex on the beach first, and then someone made a drink after it, and you're like, "Fuck that dude." I did that. That was my drink.
You know, I just don't like people that like to fucking steal other people's ideas and then try to pass it off as their own.
I feel like entertainment's a bandwagon game, bro. Like, people see something like that and they jump on shit, no matter if they thought of it or not. Look at Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, all those different companies or people had an idea and someone took it because they had the money and the means to get it done in a better way. I want to say that though because it's still the best podcast in Long Beach. I'm glad to be here with JR. This shit's dope.
That's right. Let's get into it real quick, man. With all the toxicity going out in the world, man, and all the bullshit, and you brought up Facebook, so social media and all that. We're gonna watch a video real quick, and let's watch it.
Oh yeah.
Can you please give me your credit card number so I can help you?
Yeah, sure. Let me just pull over because I'm driving, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just had a car crash.
It's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. Do you have your credit card details?
But I just had a car crash. I'm bleeding.
Yeah. I just need your credit card number. That's all. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Dude, no. The only thing that really threw me off guard was that homie heard the car crash and everything. I still need your credit card details, please, in your wallet to get it out. She's like, I just crashed. She didn't sell it enough though. Come on, let's be real. She was kind of just like, I just crashed. Like that car crash that she played sounded nuclear, like a 17 car pile up type shit. So she did not. I don't know. She wasn't doing her job. I feel like she could have gotten more out of him. She played it better.
Dudes are relentless. Like, dude, she's over here. I'm bleeding, right? It's like dudes are like, no, like get off, pull over, go to the Target, give me your credit card information, give me some gift cards. Like, they just don't stop, man.
I don't know. Like I said though, I feel like she didn't play into it enough. She should have been like, I'm on the ground, like. You heard the car crash. That shit sounded like freaking a car skidding out and flipping over a couple times. That shit was brutal. So I don't know. I feel like she could have honed in on that a little more, and show her acting chops.
Has that ever happened to you? People try to scam you like that, like over the phone?
Yeah, but like technology's gotten good enough where they get the call and it says spam risk or something like that. So I just fucking decline it. And honestly, my voicemail message mailbox is open, so if it's someone that truly needs to get a hold of me, then just leave a message. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to talk to these people. I do try to fuck with them sometimes. I went through my era. I think everyone goes through an era of fucking with telemarketers. You know what I mean? They get on the phone with them and they just want to fuck around a little bit. Oh my god! Or I used to know a guy that would just keep an air horn on him at work when he would get phone calls at work. Just just right into the fucking phone until they hung up. Sometimes he will hold it. That's a trip. We could talk shit on scam callers, but those motherfuckers are making money. That's why they keep doing it. Like,
yeah, that's nonstop, man. But I feel fucked up because it's like they're scamming like old ladies and shit. Did you see?
But to be honest, if I was gonna scam, that's where I would hit too. Like, they don't really know what they're like. They don't know too much, which I say it's fucked up to say, but it's just the truth. If I was gonna scam call, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going after old people. They're a weak link. technology.
I think that's the way to go, and the way things are going now, it's like even dudes like are trying to like scam people. Like let's check out this video real quick.
Supposed to send me fucking money.
I'm gonna send it right now.
You gotta send another $500 for being fucking late.
Yes, mommy. Okay, I just sent it. You should get a notification. Mommy, can I please get those pictures?
Bye.
Yeah! Easy fucking money. Put him on wallet, nigga. I should have been doing this shit. Say I won't get this nigga to send me another 500 right now.
Can you please send me another 500? Just me being on the phone with you.
Okay, my love.
Send our fucking money right now. Thank you, boo.
You gotta put me on. Yo, gatekeep the source, gang. Bro, I'm not gonna.
Man, what do you think about that video, man?
First of all, his girl voice was a little too on point. I'm kind of worried about that, dude. Like, holy shit. But I mean, shit. If he's making a bag off of that, you got 500. What was that? $500? 5 bills? That's fucking beautiful. Honestly, like that's like an OnlyFans for dudes. I don't know. Yeah, dude. Sometimes, I hate my job. So like, sometimes I'd be thinking at work, I'm like, I might just shave my toes and start a fee finder page. You know what I mean? Just fucking paying them. They ain't gonna know. I gotta shave my face. I can get someone to like show up for me. Just take the picture of their face or steal them. People be doing that. People have like fake OnlyFans, fake Snapchat premiums, fake all that shit, bro. And they're making 10,000 anywhere north of $10,000 a month off that shit, bro. Scamming people like that.
That's the new hustle, man. Everybody's like, making like fake pages, fake Instagram, OnlyFans, everything just to make a quick buck. And that seems like now I'm starting to understand the reason why all those. I mean, I always knew why the people in India would do it, but now even more so that like that whole mindset of like, fuck everybody, I'm just gonna scam and get my way through it.
Well, look at the NFT coins. All like the celebrities and influencers are doing. Those are all just fucking pump and dump schemes, dude. I haven't heard. Like, when was the last time you heard about an NFT? Like, oh yeah, like someone that, that started like the NFT thing happened like what 3 years ago.
Yeah, it started picking up steam, and then it
well, because they figured out it was a pump and dump, and these celebrities I think agreed because crypto was coming up and becoming a big thing, so they're like, oh, we'll just start our own coins and that will give it its own value too. But most of those things were just pump and dumps, man. Like people would put money into nothing, which sucks, man.
Like that chick, the Hawk Tour chick, right?
Yeah, she did. Well, that's why she got canceled. But apparently, she came out and said that she had no idea that she was I'm not trying to be mean. She was kind of a ditzy country girl. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't the smartest, fucking knife in the drawer. So some company probably came to her and she's getting all these opportunities. She wasn't PR trained or knew how to work any of that shit. She seemed pretty innocent. So like they just took advantage of her.
Man, I look, that clip, I loved it. Hawk Tour, whatever, right? She's like, oh man, it's a hot like chick, right? Whatever, right? For that video. But that chick was such a plant, dude. Like,
plant?
Yeah, such a plant. Because what happened is when she went viral, they she got her home podcast, right?
Yeah.
I think at one time Whitney Cummings wanted to make her a comedian.
I'm pretty sure she did the podcast with Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, she did. She came out on the podcast and they're like, well, you should be a comedian. And they were like fixing her up to be like the next big thing. And
she just
and then she started making the NFTs or the Bitcoins or whatever. And
I don't know. Maybe she didn't slob on that knob. You know what I mean? Maybe she
wasn't talented in what she claimed to be talented.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I feel like, shit, dude. I'm still trying to fuck my way to the middle. You know what I mean?
To the middle, not even the top.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, like I'll put my pride to the side. If I gotta, do something to secure my legacy and my rest of my family's wealth. I don't know how you feel, but if someone had a briefcase $1 million, I'm doing pretty much.
It's just one time, right?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It's just one time, right?
I'll just fucking pop 17 Xanax and just go in there.
It's like
not remember nothing.
You've done the worst shit when you were drunk for free.
That's all I'm saying.
They'll be like, hey, you know what you did last night?
No
like,
disrespect to any of those, like Disney people, Nickelodeon people got fondled, but like I would have got fondled to make $12 million plus in your career already before you're 18. Like I feel like that's a necessary evil. I don't know. No, I don't. Okay. I'll retract that statement. I don't say necessary, but I would do it.
So if you could like go back in time and let Michael Jackson hit it a couple of times, and you'd be worth.
So if
5
he
to
was
10
like,
million.
here's 10 million, hee hee, I'll be like, fuck yeah, hee all over me. Like, what the fuck, dude? They talking bags, dude. Like that would take care of you for a lifetime.
He'd be hitting him. He goes, I'm bad. I'm bad.
You've been hit by my smooth genitals.
Oh, I like how you did it. Yes, I was gonna say criminal, and I go, no, let me have him. And you went genitals. I like I
let
like
me
the
cook.
pool.
Dog.
Yeah,
let me cook. I mean, let me cook. No, that's a real thing, dude. But yeah, that scamming shit, dude. Like, yeah, that is the new wave. So like, be careful out there, gentlemen. They're coming after you, and they're not chicks. Do you know what I heard? I could tell you a crazy story about that, dude.
Let's do it.
Dude, there was there's these accounts that came out, and they were fucking. I had my homeboy hit me up. He called me like in a frantically. He said, "Bro, let me call you. Let me call you right now at like midnight." I was like, "Okay, what the fuck? This is my boy. I'll answer it." I'm not gonna name his name because you're gonna find out why. Because he called me and he was like, "Bro, I don't know what to fucking do." He's like freaking the fuck out, bro. Like I don't know, like he killed somebody or some shit. He was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need your help, please, please, please help me." And I was like, "What, bro? Like what happened? Like what happened?" He's like almost on the verge of crying. It sounds like. And I'm like, "Bro, just tell me what happened." He's like, "Bro, this chick hit me up on Instagram and slid in my DM and she was bad, bro. And then she was like talking me up and she was sending me videos of herself and she wanted some bag. So I sent her a pic of his junk. I sent her a pic of my junk and now she's blackmailing me, saying that if I don't send her money, she's gonna go into all my followers and DM all my followers the picture of it and the video." And dude, my fucking stomach like. I was like, fuck. I was like, "Have you sent her any money?" And he was like, no, I'm just scared. Like, it was just happened just like 5 minutes ago. I don't know what to fucking do, bro. And I was like, dude, I was like, "How clear is the video?" I was like, "Did she get your face?" And he was like, "She got my face and everything." Bro, he got. No, I don't blame you for laughing because I was trying to hold back laughter. I'm like, but at the same time, though, I'm thinking about being in that position. Like, that's surreal, bro. I would have like an outer body experience that happened to me. Basically saying like she was like, "Give me money or I'm gonna post these. I'm gonna send this video to every one of your followers, bro." And I was like, fuck. He's like, "What do I do?" I was like, "Bro, all you could really do. She wants money or whoever it is wants money. Just block them, bro. And if it happens, what are you gonna do? You let that person extort you the rest of your fucking life?"
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I doubt that it would be like a female doing that. I'm almost positive it's like another dude. Because it's funny, the exact same thing happened to my friend. The exact same thing.
There was the epidemic of that going around. They tried to get me one time. I was like, nah, bitch. I've heard about you and all the rest of yous. Like, I'm not fucking, nah. They tried to get me. I was like, fuck that. There needs to be, someone that catches the pedophiles? Like, you see those videos? They catch them in like a fucking dollar. No, like they do it now on Twitter. They're like in the dollar store, or they tell them to meet in like a Target or some shit, and they press them in the corner and they're slapping the shit out of them because they're there to meet like a 12-year-old kid or like an 11-year-old kid or something. But they're like Catch a Predator, but on social media now, and they fuck those people up, dude. Like, holy shit. But there needs to be people out there that are catching these fucking dick pic fucking blackmailers too, because what the hell, dude? My homie was on the verge, like. He might have killed himself.
Like suicidal, right?
Yeah, like he was freaking the fuck out. I had to be like, dude, just block him. And what are you gonna do, dude?
Damn, yeah. There's a lot of that stuff, and people, they don't care. They're like, oh, whatever. They just want your
cutthroat. They want your money.
They want your money, and whatever happens to you happens.
And they don't know
you.
who they're talking to. They could be someone that has like thousands in the bank, their life savings, to be like, well, send me 50 grand, and I'll leave you alone. But I feel like if you do send the money, that's when it never stops. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you even give them a taste, that's when they're gonna keep sinking because they're like, oh, this person, we got them. They're gonna keep.
Yeah, for sure. That's man, it's tricky, man. Because I side with your dude because your dude was probably like looking for love, right? And he thought it was like a legit.
Well, he was looking
right?
for pussy, but that's not his fault. We're young men, you know what I mean? Let's be real, dude. We're looking for pussy.
Oh,
he said she was banging. I was like, I don't blame you, dog. Like if they caught me before I had heard that situation, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? The good thing is that, like, people like say their stories. They're like, oh, I'm probably gonna get scammed like that too, and then you kind of like.
Yeah, hopefully we save some lives. You know what I mean? Like, cause fuck, dude. I mean, don't feed into that shit. I don't know, man. Also, these girls, bro. Like, we're talking about dating in the last podcast we did, bro. Like. I don't know, a lot of these girls just want fucking to be taken out for free and bought drinks for them and shit.
Free
bro.
lunches, free drinks.
You know what I heard the other day, though?
Bags.
Date stands for dick at the end. I don't know if you ever heard that, but one of my homeboys told me that. I thought that shit was hilarious.
It's fucking funny,
What
bro.
do you think date stands for? Dick at the end. I was like, dude, that's killer. That's pretty funny, though.
Just the one thing I always tell, like, ladies, don't be accepting dates if you don't actually like the dude.
If you're not willing to slob on that knob after, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a
yeah,
transaction.
yeah. Don't go on dates with somebody if you have if you just want free shit from them. That's
yeah. That's wrong too. And I don't know. Just do it at your own risk, I guess. But yeah, don't be
your own discretion.
It's like, oh, can you believe this guy took me out for like a $300 dinner at this fancy restaurant, and then at the end he wanted to sleep with me. I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit.
Well, that's the thing.
Like, what a jerk.
Well, you hear about these people, these celebrities getting in trouble for like allegedly like touching or like sexual assault and all that stuff when they go to their hotel rooms. But realistically, JR, like, what is in a hotel room, bro? A bed, a nightstand and stuff, and chairs and a TV, bro. What else were they gonna? What were the intentions of going to the hotel room with someone like that? You know what I mean? Like, you ever brought a girl back to a hotel room, bro?
I'm sorry, you asked me a question?
Have you brought a girl back to a hotel room?
I make it very clear.
You're like, we're going up there to fuck, and if you're not down, then you can go home.
I like, just so you know, that's where the magic happens. So if you're not interested in magic, then don't come to the magic show.
When I come and stay, my room becomes Disneyland. You know what I mean? The happiest place on earth.
Exactly. And you're totally right about that. I think what happens is, there comes they know what they're doing, but when shit goes sour and they're not happy, then it's like, oh, I'm gonna pull this card.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, you knew what was going on.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to the hotel room, there's no Jenga in there, and there ain't a game of Monopoly you're playing. Like, you know what it is, but at the same time, no means no, though. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, we love you ladies.
We're big on consent here. We're big on consent. The best podcast
consent.
in Long Beach.
For sure, consent 100% of the time. Be safe out there, people. That's what we're trying to say.
Don't be silly. Wrap that willy.
Hey, talking about all this scamming shit and playing games or whatever, I saw like the funniest fucking, and I'll try to find the video, and if I do, I'll post it. But there was this guy who, in Vegas who calls all these chicks that go up to your room or whatever. And this guy calls this for some services,
like escorts.
Yeah. And then he goes, hey, you want to play games? And then she's like, yeah, what kind of games are we talking about? And then he started saying like Monopoly and all that.
He's like, bitch, I got Connect 4 in my room, like in the bathroom. We can go rock with that. That's funny. Scrabble. Let's test this bitch's IQ. You know what I mean?
And that shit was bomb. But then he hung up. She hangs up on him, and then he calls another one. Right? This guy, I have to find him, and that's all he does. Right? And then he does the exact same one, right? And he goes, yeah, you want to play a game? He goes, yeah, what kind of games do you want? He goes, why don't you take S on my mouth and I guess what you ate? And I was like, oh man. The chick was like cussing him out and hang up on him. I'm like, it was an awesome prank call.
Well, you seen that video where the guy comes up to some girl comes up to the guy's truck and she's like, hey, so what do you want? She's like $200 for anything. He's like, anything? She's like, yeah, anything. He's like, oh, I just want you to detail my car then. Just wash my car, clean the inside. I got you 200. She's like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, and she was kind of hot. She was blonde, right?
Yeah, she was a baddie.
Yeah, dude, she was nice.
That dude was savage for doing that, bro. Oh my god, that's funny stuff, dude. I don't know, man. You see those gold digger videos too, where they pull up, they like ask a girl out to like, oh, hey, would you like to go out tonight? She's like, oh no, I actually have a husband. I'm sorry. And then he walk and like the Lamborghini gets pulled up to him. He's like, oh, here's your Lamborghini, man. And all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, let me get in. What do you think those videos are fake, bro?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. They're all fucking fake, dude. They're all fucking fake. Like, think about it. Look, so I've been doing this for a while now, right? And you need microphones.
Yeah.
Right? To get like the clear sound that you need, right? And
Just kidding.
They're either wired up, mic'd up, or whatever, right? And then it's like, there's a motherfucker standing right there with the fucking camera, bro. You telling me you don't see them? Like, come on, dude.
I don't know, but some people be crazy with it. They're like hold it to the side like it's a bottle in the club.
In order to get
and cameras are getting really small, bro. You see those little videos, like the GoPro ones, are just like a little stick. Like, if you don't know what that is, you won't know what that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's ways to inconspicuously shoot it, but then also, like, for example, like I wanted to shoot like a video from very far away.
You need a good camera.
You need a super telephoto lens. Telephoto is like zoom, and then after that, you need it to be hooked up. It's just a big, long, complicated process. So, yeah, those videos are like fake, almost 100% fake. Some of those prank videos though are not fake, and the only people that are not fake are when they're pranking people that can't defend themselves, like old people, old
Yeah,
men.
basically.
Those are fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Why you punking?
Well, there's a
old
difference
people?
between pranking somebody and just fucking assault or embarrassing people. Like that's the difference. You know what I mean?
But I love it when these dudes do those prank videos, and then like the dude like turns around and like fucking socks the guy up and
Yes.
busts his lip and gives him like a
Especially if
broken.
they do something fucked up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude, I love those videos. I'm like, that's what you get for being a
Well, they
punk.
do like pranks in the hood, and then they end up getting slapped. Like, it was a prank, bro. It was a prank. Like, what the fuck you expecting, bro? Going to the hood, fucking with the freaking gang members and shit.
Yeah, like there was this one dude that he was walking in the hood and he tried to like pull up these people's pants.
I saw that, and someone slapped the fuck out of him or some shit, right?
He's like,
And they're
"It's a
pressing
prank."
him. Yeah, no, it's not a fucking prank. You're touching somebody. Like, if someone touches me, it's on too. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man.
All right, so from those fucking stupid idiots doing pranks on the streets to people getting revenge at work, we're gonna watch this video right here.
Hell yeah.
There you go, man. Don't be eating people's lunches, man. What do you think about that?
You hear him in the back, like. I'd be dead, dude.
It caught red-handed, huh?
Dude, yeah, literally red tongued. They're fucking hot, dude.
That's what you get.
Yeah, for real. Literally, no. I work at a grocery store, so like I see that all the time. I buy some fucking tangerines or something on my break, and I come back on my lunch, and the motherfuckers are gone. Fuck anyone that steals people's food at work. Bring your own, or at least ask. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, if I have something like sometimes I buy a long sandwich, I got a Jersey Mike sub in there. If someone wants a piece of it, I'm like, take it. But when you go and take it and you don't even fucking know what's yours, you're weird, bro. That's just weird. Honestly, I'm glad they got got. They got got. You know what I mean? It's like someone's taking your toilet paper and you put some pepper spray on that shit.
I think I maybe some itching powder because I think you could probably see the
Dude,
pepper spray.
oh my god, some icy hot.
Oh, that'd be nice. No, man. Look, I used to work at this company, right?
Yeah.
And everybody in that company was making $100K a year. Everybody. And everybody was walking around with their nose up in the air and be like, well, how much do you make? I make 100K. I make 120K. Oh, I make 130. And they would size each other up like that, right? But everybody was fucking broke. Everybody was fucking broke. Everybody was stealing everybody's fucking lunches, right?
Yeah.
And then I would always buy like fucking creamer for my coffee, right?
And you would come back and that shit would be empty.
And that shit would always be empty. And it would piss me the fuck off because I'm like, here you are
bragging about your money.
and you're fucking acting broke, right?
Yeah.
So one day I decided to fucking put laxatives, but I didn't do it. No, I didn't.
I was
do it.
about to say,
didn't.
I was like, no, you didn't.
No, but I look back at it now and I'm like, I don't work there anymore.
Well, there was a story about that. A kid that used to always get bullied that would steal his muffin every single day. So that motherfucker put a laxative pill in the fucking muffin, and the kid ate it, and they suspended the kid that fucking put the laxative in there.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's
Nah.
like, wait a minute. My intention was for me to eat it, but somebody else ate it, right? Who knows? I wanted to, fucking
detoxify.
Yeah, detoxify, exactly. But it's like, no,
I'm
you
7,
didn't.
but yeah.
No, but I'm 7.
He's 7. I think he was like 8, maybe. But
I'm irregular.
Now that little kid's smart though, and I bet you that fucking kid will never take someone's lunch again. That ended that.
Yeah,
for
sure.
good.
But yeah, they could file you criminally, like for doing stuff like that. I never did.
That was technically his possessions. They were stolen from him. If it fucked up, like, you know what I mean? That's like someone stealing a gun and they shoot themselves. They fucking get, you know what I mean? You're gonna fucking, is it the guy's fault that had the gun, that the guy stole it, shot himself? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I am 100% behind that kid that did that. Genius. I wish we knew his name. I'll shout him out right now.
Enjoying the episode? Great! I enjoyed making this episode just for you. Believe it or not, we're not monetized. That's right, which means we don't make any money from YouTube at all whatsoever. Over the years, I contributed thousands and thousands of dollars to produce the best podcast in Long Beach. If you want to show your gratitude and you want to send me a little something to show your gratitude, do me a huge favor. Look, we have a Cash App. And we also have a Venmo. And you can send us a little something so we can continue making the best podcast in Long Beach. But
Best podcast in Long Beach, motherfuckers. Don't miss it.
oh man,
Boy, JR right here.
talking about all that craziness and stuff like that, man. Yeah, you've been getting a lot of hate for kind of what you do.
What do you mean? And what?
Like, because for those who do not know, Jojo's a comedian and he's working his way up there in the ranks.
Well, I get a lot of hate because of who my dad is, realistically. So yeah, my dad's Jeff Garcia, so I roll with him. I hid it from him when this is my year, by the way. This is why we're doing this podcast today, the best podcast in Long Beach. But yeah, we're doing this today because this is my year in comedy, so I'm very happy about it. It's been cool. I remember doing my first open mic and like. I hit it, like I said, hit it from my dad. And my dad is a bigger comedian. He does shows and he sells them out. He does well. So yeah, like I got a lot of hate, but I hit it the first like 6, 7, 8 sets I did. I didn't even tell my dad. I didn't even use my last name. I still kind of, even on my Instagram, my last name's not there, just so the cat's pretty much out the bag by now. But that was one thing I would avoid because of course I get like Nepo Baby. I still get it. I'm not gonna name names, but there's comics that are in my DMs talking, swipe up on my post.
So I actually
Nepo
have
Baby.
the balls to hit you up on your DM, like telling you that shit.
And I see them and they act cool with me, but I'm not here to.
That's the way it is.
I'm not here to beef with people. You know what I mean? I'm not here to fucking start problems with anybody. Like, my idea of it is, and I got a lot of good advice because I roll around with a lot of people that have been in comedy for a long, long, long time. So they give me what they can. But comedy's changed. Like, you agree, comedy's changed at the '90s to what it is now. Social media has made it a whole other beast. That's a whole other like animal you got to tackle too. So like, but I learned a lot in this year, man. I've already experienced so much. I met a lot of cool people. I met you, bro. Like, I wouldn't have known JR if I didn't start doing comedy. So it's been awesome, dude. I've been loving the experience. I'm learning. Met a lot of cool people. Shout out my boy George. Shout out Jet Titus. Shout out Dominic Ray. Shout out. I feel like, I should have I feel like I'm at the Grammys right now. I should have bought a Post-it note. Like, thank you,
I like
everybody.
to thank the Academy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. My pet goldfish I had when I was 7. Shouts out you. Yeah, but everyone's been so cool, bro. I met a lot of cool people, and the people that aren't cool, I just don't really put myself around them. I think we talked about that last time,
Yeah, for sure, a little bit.
But it's been great, dude. It's been awesome. I've been learning, like I said, I've been experiencing a lot of cool things, and like I feel like I finally have a purpose now. Like, I didn't feel like I had much purpose a year and a half ago. I was kind of working at my grocery store and just being like check to check, week to week. You know what I mean? It was just the same old thing. But this definitely spiced up a lot in my life, and it's been very fun. I can't wait to see what comes later on.
What has comedy like opened up in like the world aspect that you wouldn't have opened up if you were just like a regular employee, like 9 to 5?
Coming to Long Beach, first of all, like I had come to Long Beach maybe twice in my whole life before I started doing comedy. Now I do the Spanglish night with Paul Rodriguez and Mel Garcia. That's how I ran into you. We do that shit, so that shit's cool. So like, it gives me a reason to go to places that I would have never gone to if I hadn't been doing comedy. Like, I went to Camarillo a couple of weeks ago. I got to go to Temecula a couple of weeks ago. Like, I've just been seeing I've been seeing California, which has been cool. You know what I mean?
How was the Camarillo experience?
It was cool. It was at a place called the Letterman Club. It was a cool spot. It was a cool little room in there. It's like a warehouse, but they like kind of like they remodeled it and made it into like a nice little, like, I would say like a banquet hall, but they put a little stage in there, had some lights. It was a nice little room, and they're slowly developing. So it was a cool room, though. Cool people. Gilbert Esquivel was there. I can tell you right now, bro, Gilbert Esquivel is a freak, dude. He went up there and smacked that crowd when I was there, dude. I was hosting. I was like, and he's a clean comic, dude. He doesn't cuss or anything, which is, that's rare. And he was performing in front of like Mexicans. You know what I mean?
That's hard to do for me. Like
yeah,
do clean.
Well, because I think a comedy is like it's the best form of free speech. That's the freest form of speech that I feel is still out there. I don't know. I feel like you can't go on Instagram and just spit your beliefs and not get a ton of hate. But I feel like being a comedian, you can get away with a little bit more. You know what I mean? You can express yourself, which is one thing that I like to do because I work a job where in customer service, so I have to constantly go around and be like, oh, hi, how can I help you? I have my own little white person voice I use on my work. I'm a Karen whisperer, JR.
Karen.
Trust me, dude.
What, they're mad because the mangoes or the apples?
Exactly. Or we ran out of fucking Twinkies, anything. Or you had this deal in the ad and they're wrong about the price. I don't even want to talk about that shit right now. I'm gonna be
You
pissed
know,
the fuck off, dude.
if I was working at the grocery store, I would or any be like, just fucking take it. I don't give a fuck. Like
That's usually how I am.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm just like, dude, go ahead. They're like, oh, can I get the refund because I didn't buy enough chips? Like, yeah, to get the sale. Oh, yeah, go ahead, dude. Whatever. Take it. Take another one. Like, I'm like, fuck it, dude.
just get out of my store. Get out of here.
Exactly, dude. No, it's a real thing.
No, but you know what? That's cool that you had that experience in Camarillo. I recently went up to Santa Barbara, and I had like my own experience. Like it was crazy because we were trying to find this restaurant, right? And then we kind of went through the back entrance of the restaurant through the fucking kitchen, right?
Yeah, you walk through all the Mexicans and shit and got to the front.
yeah. And as we're walking out, right, I come out and there's these like all these tables, right? And all these people are just sitting there, and they kind of look up at me, and everyone's looking at me, smiling. And then me and the comedian that I had gone with, were like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then it hit me. Why are these people looking at me? And then it hit me, like they're here to watch me. Like they all knew who I was.
That's dope, dude.
And I was like, "Oh, crazy!" I mean, like, I smiled and I was polite as well too.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy experience to travel somewhere 2 hours away, and those people they
know.
live there, but they're specifically coming just
For
to
you.
see you. That's crazy.
No, it's badass, dude, for sure. And I definitely met a lot of people, even like fans, people that support me now. That's been dope too. Like, you know, it's just been like you said, like it's different from anything. Like entertainment is such a different industry than any other industry, really. Like it's just great. And yeah, I thought about that the other day too, where like we do comedy, right? We're looking for comedy. There's like photographers out there. There's journalists out there. You know what I mean? There's painters. There's singers. You know, there's actors. There's so many different, like, we're a small speck. Comedy's a small speck on the grand scheme of, like, entertainment as an industry. When I think about it, because, you know, we drive to our spots, we drive to our shows, and we're thinking about the show. We're dialed in on comedy. Got to be on Instagram. There's someone else out there. I'm driving to take pictures of a quinceañera. I'm driving to take pictures of a wedding. I'm driving to take pictures of a model, like, you know, like a fucking model show, so a fashion show. So it's like, it's crazy how I was thinking about that. Like, everyone's living their own individual lives. This is like a high thought right now. I'm sounding like fucking Cheech and Chong, dude.
Do it.
But everyone is everyone's living their own life. You drive on the freeway, that person next to you has a whole different life than you. The person to the left of you, person to the right, person in front of you. Like, everyone's living their own lives. It's just a crazy thing to think about, dude. And I think to myself, no, I'm just kidding. What a wonderful world.
What was the name of that dude? George what? Was it George? You know his name? I forget.
Something Armstrong. I feel
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Neil? Was that the guy that went to the moon? I always get them mixed up.
I don't know, but that's one of the best fucking
For real,
songs
like,
ever. Man.
It's true. Like, shit. See, trees are green. You know what I mean?
hey man, do you ever get like heckled and shit? Like,
Dude.
yeah,
All the time, man.
Yeah, you have
Especially because I'm young, dude. Like,
yeah.
You get that. If I'm a younger person, so if I'm on older shows, you know, there's some drunk Mexican fucking, hey man, you fucking ain't funny, puto, or I'll say something. They're like, oh yeah, you know how it goes, bro.
Yeah.
That one motherfucker that's just responding to every single thing you're saying, and like, dude, I've been learning a lot about how to shut them down.
Oh really?
You know what I mean?
Your shutdown game is getting strong.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting there. I'm not gonna say it's fucking on point as soon as someone pipes up. It's just my comedy's insulty, but in a fun way, and I just try to keep that difference. I don't cross that line in the sand. I'll draw it right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, there's a line in the sand. I won't cross it because, like, I don't want to come off as offensive. I don't want to hurt someone. I don't want to hurt someone deliberately. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like to have fun with it, but I don't want to just be an asshole. But I feel like sometimes when someone's heckling, you got to kind of be an asshole. But I try to hold it back because it's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, you have to like just hit them like strong, but just in the right way where it's not gonna. Because I've been to a couple of comedy shows where fist fights broke out.
Dude,
has that happened yet? No, you haven't.
You know,
experienced that
something
yet?
happened. I'm not gonna name names or anything, but I was at the this place in the Canyon in Montclair. Oh fuck! I guess I wasn't. Never mind. Stuff happened.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
But yeah, I was at a show. And apparently there's a bunch of Mexicans there. It was a free show, so you know how it goes. Like, I feel like free shows, people are a lot less disrespectful, a lot more disrespectful because they get in for free. When people pay for a ticket, obviously you're gonna be a lot more respectful because you're paying to see a show and you don't want to get kicked out. At a free show, they don't care. So apparently a comic said something to the crowd, one guy at the crowd, and then he said something back, and he just went after him for another like 5 minutes and was just wrecking on him. And after the fucking show, dude, that comic walks out to the front to kind of greet everybody and say what's up, and That dude picked up a chair. A whole fucking brawl went out, bro. The comic socked one of them, dude. Rocked him. Pretty sure he said knocked him unconscious. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I was on that show. And I had left because I had another spot to do, and that's always when shit happens, Jr. Like I have never, like you guys, have you ever been there? Like I on paper I should have been, but I fucking left and fucking didn't get to see it. But yeah, dude, like I don't know. If you're going to a comedy show, bro, take it the fuck easy. Like drive slow, homie. Like you're here for a show. You don't go to the movies and you want to fight fucking Tom Cruise when he says something wrong to somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's not. You're going to see a performance. We don't mean it. You know what I mean? We're joking. We love you guys. If you guys come to any of the shows, we appreciate it. We need that. We don't have a job without you guys fucking coming. So, like, but just keep it down. Don't speak unless spoken to. That is the rule of comedy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, it's beyond, man. Like, somebody will identify with something stupid and says, hey, wait, he's talking about me. I'm like, oh, you know that sloppy dude that has 2 Coronas, and then he thinks he's Macho Man, and then he starts crying at the end of the night, and then there's a one idiot that says, fuck you, dog, I don't do that. I'm like, dude, no one said you did. You just identified yourself, and then they start
the fucking boot fits, wear it, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know, people, it's a comedy show. You know what I mean? And that's the whole problem with this woke thing too. A lot of woke people, like, and I feel like that's kind of starting to phase out of society, which is great for us. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that whole woke society, like a whole woke culture, like fucked up comedy, bro.
I just don't have time for bullshit anymore. Like, so I go to these events sometimes, right? And I went out to this one event, and I was like, interviewing people or whatever, doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some random dude walked up to me.
We do a little hater, right?
Yeah. Well, Little Hater is my co-host.
Oh, yeah. He's not here today.
No, sometimes he does events, and sometimes I do events.
Oh, okay.
So I was at this event, right? I was covering a thing about oh man, I can't believe I forgot the name of the movie. It was a luchador movie,
okay,
or something like that. El Halcón.
Okay.
El Halcón.
Okay, so you're covering that.
Yeah, so I was covering that event, and as I'm doing those events, this dude walked up to me and goes, "Hey, I can't find you." And then I'm like, "Oh, this is." He goes, "Did you block me?" And I was like, I shouldn't have. And then he goes, "You probably blocked me because I was talking shit." I'm like, "Oh yeah, then you did get blocked."
No way, you said that. You're savage.
Yeah, then you did get blocked. I go, because I don't put up with bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you come up to my pages and drop a stupid comment or whatever, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, okay, obviously you don't like me. I'm gonna save you the trouble from ever having to watch me again.
There you go.
But the craziest shit that once you block somebody, they find other avenues and they're like, "Hey, tell them to unblock me." I'm like, then why the fuck were you
talking
hating?
shit? Yeah.
Why are you talking shit?
Why you being a little hater
from the beginning? Yeah. So it's just people are beyond fucking weird, man. And I trip out because sometimes people have like multiple fake accounts to like run their dirty work, and then they kind of like.
Well, yeah, they have the one with 60
beyond.
followers and no profile pictures, so you can't find out who the fuck they are. That. And honestly, if you have time to do that, you're not doing enough for yourself. You know what I mean? If you have time to sit here and hate, like I there was a time where I was bitter about certain things. And I just realized, like, you know what? I'm not stop being bitter and just keep doing my thing, keep working towards what I'm trying to get to. So, like, that's the way to do it. And honestly, like I said, if you have hate for something clogging up your mind, it's like that's just wasted energy and wasted like thoughts that you could be changing to good ones.
Hey, but you're gonna be headlining pretty soon, right?
Yeah. I'm actually be headlining at San Pedro over at the Artistry. That's gonna be June 26th. It's a Thursday. It's for my boy Jojo. Hate a show. Going to give him a follow at foundum.exe. And you can also find me at TKJojo because we're at the best podcast in Long Beach.
You also have like a spot where you do open mic competitions, right?
I did one little competition there. We did auditions because
or is it competitions?
We do shows.
Okay,
we do shows every first and third Thursday. Sometimes there's 5 Thursdays in a week, so it's the first and fourth. But it's over here at West Covina. That's very far from Long Beach, but right off the 10 at Temple Bar Urban Eats. We do it there every first and third Thursday typically. You can find it at the Grins and Sins comedy account. It'll be in the link in my bio. There's a little @ sign there for that. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that too, bro. That's been cool because I've been giving a lot of people opportunities that not too many of them get. You know, because I see some, we go to open mics. I go to open mics. That's what I'm still trying to get better. So I see people that have potential and don't really have someone that's like will reach the arm out for them. So I see that people that are good and I want to put them. I get everyone from people from Long Beach to freaking Fullerton to Fontana, just all across Southern California pretty much. If I can get to San Diego, I will. That'll be soon. But I just try to get a lot of people that don't really get the chances as much to come in and do their thing. So it's been fun, dude. It's been a blast. It's taught me a lot about producing. Like I've gotten a lot better at learning how to produce a show, like line it up, music, posters, advertising, promoting, all that. You know how it goes, bro. So it's been teaching me a lot. It's been dope. And I met a lot of cool people and then got a lot of bigger, like a lot more stronger connections with people that I haven't really known too well, but just seen them around, because how comedy goes. You see people. It's not just see the same person 3 times a week. At one point, you got to be like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I mean? You got to go out to them and be like, hey, how you doing, bro? Like, I've seen you around too much now. What's your name? But yeah, dude, it's been fun.
So, you're going to be headlining, what? You're going to be doing 20, 30 minutes?
I think I'm going to do 30 minutes. 30 minutes. But they're going to let me go as long as I want. So, but if I feel like stuff starts going south, I'm just going to be like, all right, guys, that was my time. Thank you. Just head out. Exit stage left. But I'm going to really line it up and, because I've been getting to a point now where I have all my jokes. I have a good decent amount of jokes. A decent amount. I'm gonna be a generous amount. So like, I used to line up all my sets, but now I kind of just go up there and let myself flow. And I've been getting better at flowing. It took a while, but just getting up as much as possible on stage and has helped me out a lot, man. And that's the whole game. And there's no shortcut to comedy. I tried to ask anyone about how do I what corners can I cut and
You're
shit.
You're trying to cut the line?
100%, dude. If there was a corner to be cut there, I was trying to cut it. But like, everyone's told me like, the only way to get better is just doing it, writing, practicing, doing it. So yeah, dude. But it's been a blast.
Well, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you
and
why.
people will love to say that in the crowd after you get off. Like, oh, bro, you were all right, but you could have done it. It's like, dude, like, try it. Try it, man.
Yeah, for sure, in that aspect. But the aspect that I'm talking about, it's easier said than done, is that, the more you get up there, the better you're going to get, theoretically, because there's some fools that have been doing this for 20 years. And I'm like, dog, it's not going to happen for you, right? But some people don't get those opportunities. Some people, they're like, oh, let's not throw them on. Or let's not put them on that show. And I'm like, why? That's fucked up. Like, I have a homie that he produces shows, right? A lot of shows. And he puts everybody on, but they don't allow him to go on. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So it's easier said than done, but yeah.
And I feel like you got to kind of play there's a game, but that's everywhere. At your job, if you're in some type of like volunteer thing, if you're trying to get higher than that, there's some games you got to play, you know what I mean? And it sucks, but it's just what you got to do. But I like to talk about comedy like in the terms of like, the comedy is the most, I think it's entertainment in general, performing in general for everybody. Like, there's some days where, you go in there and you fucking took a paddle out and verbally smacked the crowd with it, spanked them. And, there's some days where you go up and you're like, you get off stage and you're driving home and you're like, man, fuck this shit, dude. I'm not funny. I quit. I'm never doing this again. I'm writing my suicide note when I get home. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it gets, you know what I mean? Like, comedy gives you the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and they're not consistent. Sometimes you feel on top of the world, and sometimes you feel freaking below the earth's crust.
And some people are delusional. I'm glad that you're not, where you're able to, like, drive home and recognize that you didn't do so well.
Yeah.
But there's some people completely delusional, and then they'll get off and they'll be like, oh, I murdered that. And I'm like, dude, you fucking...
Sorry, plane just drove over. Shouts out Southwest.
I'm like, dude, you totally, like, fucking ate a bag of dicks, and you thought you did such a great job.
But if you're like so high on yourself, you're not willing to recognize mistakes, then you will never succeed. You know what I mean? It's like playing piano and you're playing a wrong key every single time. It's like, but you're like, it sounds good to me. It's like, well, then you'll never improve like that.
It's like those people that would go on to American Idol, like, sing really crappy, and then they thought they were
get mad at the judges and shit.
Get mad at the judges.
Those shits are funny. You seen that Family Guy skit where Stewie's walking out after that? He's like, they don't even know talent, man. They don't know shit, man. He's walking out. The Family Guy's goated, yo. But yeah, like, some people are, yeah. Some people, yeah, and they'll complain on Instagram. You see that. I'm not gonna name comment, but there's some comments that be complaining on Instagram. They complain on this and that's like, just do better. You know what I mean? Just like, don't. And I feel like if you display that to the public, it makes you look. It shines you in an even worse light. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, people don't want to hear other people voicing their grievances.
Especially like as a comic, you have to kind of present yourself. You're the company. If you say that's basically that's like Staples going on their Instagram being like, yeah, our company's doing bad right now. It's your guys' fault. Buy more graph paper. buy another Sharpie. You know what I mean? It's like them getting mad at the customer. It's like, it's not their fault. At the end of the day, like, no one could help you in comedy or any industry but you, unless you're working for somebody else. But if you're trying to do something like independently, it's up to you to do those things. That's what I've learned. Like, do this.
Yeah, for sure, man. Listen, we gotta go, but before we go, why don't we just give them all that information so they can make it out to your headlining show?
Hell yeah, let's do it. Okay, so it's gonna be June 26th. It's gonna be at the Artistry. It's a winery over in San Pedro. The post will be on my story, but there's going to be a lot of good acts there. My boy Jojo Hayden's going to be hosting. Lizzie Rose is on the show. Isaac Foster. Ivan. Oh, my gosh. Matty O'Brien. And there is one more. I'm so sorry. I forgot your name, man. But he's going to be there, too. There's a bunch of killers on there. It's going to be a good time. We'll be over at San Pedro. But also, on June 19th, I'm going to be over at the West Covina Temple Bar Urban Eats. There'll be a show there, too, 7 p.m. We got a lot of good acts on that show, too. My boy George will also be hosting. I'll be doing a set. If you guys can make it out, that'd be awesome. What about you, JR?
Great,
You got anything?
Great. I have a one small show, but I'm not gonna say where it's at. Right now I'm kind of like just doing the podcast thing right now, and if a bigger venue calls me up, like then I'll do those shows.
We'll pump it. Louder. Pump it. No, this is awesome, JR. For real. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime you want to come back, just let me know and we'll come back. The next time you come around, we'll do it in the studio.
Sweet.
But you're going to need a designated driver.
Yeah, let's get fucked up.
Because we're going to get fucking lit.
We're doing fucking LSD. You know, we're going to be seeing shit. The videos we react to next time are just going to be those, like, you look up on YouTube acid trip videos. We're just going to be watching those. Be like, bro, I really like the red swirls. You know what I mean? Like the hexagon shapes. No, that's going to be funny, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And who knows, we might have some interesting other guests there. We're kind of working on something. But we'll see what happens.
Let's rock out. We'll see what happens.
All right, man. With that said, we got to go because we got to go hit some shows.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Drop a comment. And we'll see you guys next time.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Fucking